Hey, how is it going, beloved collective, Flower and Fire fam? So, we give thanks. I'm inviting Spirit to come and just flow with it because we already have some cards pulled, and I am totally counting on the Spirit to bring whatever this message is because I don't have it yet. Okay, so let's get into it. First card says, pay attention to foreign encounters. Pay attention to foreign encounters. Like, this doesn't just mean like people who are from a different place, but this also means like as you're walking your path and that thing happens and it like gets your attention and you're like, that was weird, It's just one of those moments that it's like, for whatever reason, this moment caught my attention in a way that has me yanked into thinking about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's going to be like that. Pay attention to those foreign encounters. And what I'm hearing is like there might be a clue in there, or like an opportunity in there, a way to sow your seeds of trust. Like, so the tip, the cue, the hint is going to be that it's like this exchange that makes you be like, that was strange, that was weird, okay? It's gonna be like not normal, and it's gonna get your attention because of that. Now, huge disclaimer that I'm hearing with like alarm sounds. They're like not in a creeper kind of way. It is not going to be like, oh, that guy gave me the total creeps, so maybe I should go with him because that reading was like, pay attention to the weird things. Not like that kind of weird. Okay? Safe, strange. Okay. Hallelujah. Ooh, hallelujah. Yeah. Hey, ooh. Ugh, man, music is something coming in this season. Yay! So the next card is align. Align. You're being asked to align with your current situation, even if it's not easy to do so. Trust that there is much to be learned by being here. Pushing against what is will only make things harder on you. Align, surrender, and trust. The next two cards are Light Prevails and Written Upon Your Heart. With the Create card, you're being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. This part of you needs extra attention right now. It needs to be expressed in a bigger way. Okay, so that with those other cards, it's like the thing that you are to create is like, it's that love that's written on your heart. It's that part of your identity that it's like one of the things that really makes you you. And by the way, I want to put out some clarifications here. At first I used to think like, is it the thing that I like to do like the most? Do I have to spend all day doing that thing? Or is it the thing that I've done the longest? And like, I just want to take those 3D qualifiers off because they're not necessarily the indicator. Like, I flow, but I don't flow all day every day. You know what I'm saying? But this is like the thing probably that is one of my most unique gifts. And it's like only my vessel releases this sound combined with this revelation that's been being, learned up by this soul. You get what I'm saying? Learned up. Oh, wow. Okay. So here's the thing. Whatever that is, there might be things in yourself right now that's going like, well, yeah, I'd love to do that. But here are all the logistics and reasons why that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? And I feel you, because before we learn how to utilize these universal principles, and especially once we start learning them and then you go through that giant tower moment, however you want to say it, like, is it just part of the initiation, or is it that darkness really like sees the light and the moths go to it like a flame? Like, is it, what is it? I don't know. We don't have to sit here and have that kind of debate, but the point is, when you start picking up on these principles, sometimes your life can be and whatever, even if it's not about the principles, just sometimes we go through the wreckage. Sometimes there's storms. At some point we probably all go through the dark night of the soul. And just remember that light prevails. And on the other side of it, really still pursue whatever is written upon your heart, whatever like the love languages that's written upon your heart, and express it in the way that is only you could do it. And how to start activating that is you just start considering it. Like, what would it be? What would it look like? How would that play out in your daily normal life? Envision that perfect scene where it's a thing like that would indicate that you are living that reality. And you got to get kind of creative with that sometimes, because it's like, well, what would be the indicator of me living in that reality? A lot of the time it anchors down into like how you feel. Because how you feel and if you live in a real relief and peace, it's like that's probably a huge indicator that you're residing in that wish fulfilled, in that dream come true, in that, yes, like, I made it. Yes. Okay. So remember that light prevails. And so just start envisioning what it would be like and put yourself in those feelings, feel it, live all the way through it in your mind several times over. And then also surrender it and like kind of like allow yourself to not obsess over it. I was going to say like allow yourself to kind of forget about it, but I don't want you to forget about it. I just don't want you to obsess about it. Like, I must sit here and visualize this every single day so that until it comes, like, because that's like a desperation clinginess that is not including that very important ingredient of surrender. Because the thing is, when you've lived it out internally so familiarly, you get to a point where you're like, yeah, it really is. Like, it really is so. And then you kind of just like allow yourself to keep going because you already know, like, that the order's in. The visualization, the scripting, the meditation about it, the remembering it throughout the day, getting excited about it, like, like this is happening. Especially when people in your world start confirming it 1,000 times over. It's like, okay, like this is definitely coming. I might as well just enjoy the meantime. Okay, the next 3 cards that came out were all 3 together. Activation, timeless being, and balance. Wowza. Activation, timeless being, and balance. I mean, those speak for themselves. I'm not even going to flow on that because I feel like it is literally what it says. Activation, timeless being, balance. Right out on the heels of being told to create. Okay, the next three cards are Inner Knowing, Self-Care, and Justified. Paid in full, yo. Oh my gosh. Okay. Inner knowing, trust your inner knowing. Remember self-care, because if you are leveling up at the pace that many are in the collective, there are some days where you're like powered up, energized, and there are some days where you probably are like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've been swimming in the density of jello. Why am I so tired? Okay, so self-care. Remember, soak your body in water every once in a while, just to like be consumed by that element. But remember to keep breathing, unless you're still a fish from birth. Okay, what's the next thing? Grounding sheets. Cleanse your space. Enter celebration mode, yo. So it's like, for those of us that can see the toxicity hiding in religion, like maybe we're not going to say that all of religion is the toxic thing, but can we talk about how perfectly narcissism hides in religion? That's the problem. Like, your group think should not so easily and obviously harbor seamlessly the most toxic method of human relationship. That's my problem with it. Gosh, thank you for that revelation, Spirit. I've been trying to figure out how to say that for freaking years now. It's like narcissism should not be so blend in so easily there. Religion, for maybe if you are really good and pure, then like all of the stuff that they say there is fine. But if you're not, it's like, how convenient. All of your messaging matches my messaging that like oppresses and greatly damages the people in there who are susceptible to shame or guilt or fear, which are all like the lowest vibe frequencies. Why would religion want people in low vibe frequencies? Did you all just not know? I will never take my children into a people group situation where they are constantly told that they don't deserve it. Excuse me? Excuse me? Do not step to my children who just got to this planet, by the way, and tell them that they don't deserve something. Them are fighting words. I will literally knock you out. Okay, maybe not. Maybe knocking you out is a little bit of an extreme, but I definitely wouldn't keep you around my life. You're not going to program my children with low self-worth. We're humble here. We talk about how we're all still learning. We say sorry. We make mistakes. We're fully aware of our humanity here. But that does not boil down or translate into me telling my kids they don't deserve something. What a fucking toxic message. Okay, we're done there. The point is, your inner knowing is going to lead you in this season. Remember the self-care, because I have a feeling that I'm probably talking to a collective that's about to like shift gears, yo. Holler back to that other one where it was literally like, you're shifting gears. That was a card. So I'm probably talking to the same people, likely, and maybe a few new ones. Hey, welcome. This is Seed, Soil, Water. My name is Brittany Sunshine. I rarely remember to introduce myself and subscribe and, like, bell, comment, appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate it, but I also don't self-promote, because while I'm so driven to have these messages reach the people they're for, I very much more care that they reach the people that they're for. If that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to just promote for the sake of promoting. So I trust that these messages reach who they need to in the perfect timeline of the divine. Okay, so remember your self-care, because you're about to be like, boom, like new chapter, new book. If you all listened to my last message that was about what was that titled? Something about just making peace with it, like just making peace with it. And I don't know if the end of that one, the audio got messed up at the end of that one, so I had to cut it. But which was so interesting, because I felt like there was a word in there that was kind of like this weird tail end word that I thought was relevant. So if it was, the Spirit will bring it back to my remembrance. But the point of the word was make peace with it all, because like you're going to take the wisdom of everything you learned and you're going to step into now a new book. And the old book has all of the residual damaging emotions and trauma. Like that is like in a different book now. But you get the wisdom, the lessons, the knowledge, like the pro tips, or the pro, like things now. So you get to bring that. It's kind of cool, because it's like it's starting a new lifetime, but you don't have to start with the amnesia that we all have when we very first get to this planet. So you're taking your wisdom with you, but the healing has completed, like, so you can confidently move forward and trusting that inner knowing. Remember your self-care, because you're going to likely up level into something where all of a sudden what I'm hearing is just like this idea of like you're going to be more important to more people. So it's going to require your discipline and your self-care and remembering like the principles. When I say discipline, by the way, I'm meaning like remember to still take naps when you need them, even when you're this like big important person to all of these people. Remember how to like keep your workout regimen, like keep your health regimen, like write it down if you need to. And that might sound crazy, but let me tell you what, not to say everybody's life is about to hit a tower moment, you just might be like traveling because you're so successful. And now all of a sudden you don't have your routine in just your house, so this is like pro tip right here. I feel like from the divine, write down all of the things that you do that you might take for granted. Like I always have my specific morning coffee with mushrooms, multi-collagen, MCT oil. I take my vitamins. I take vitamin D. I take whatever my body is feeling like it needs that day. In terms of like supplements, like maybe I need some, I can see them all, but I don't know the names of all of them. Like curcumin. Is that the one? That's a freaking spice, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know. I'll just take pictures for you guys if you really care. But like, my body will tell me what it needs. Anyway, so the point is, when my life exploded before, I literally had forgotten. It exploded several times over where I'd move a lot and with children, and I had totally lost my routine. It was literally like being caught up in the whirlwind, just like the prophetic word that was given to me. You are the whirlwind and you're in the whirlwind. You are the whirlwind and you're in the whirlwind. I remember being like, what does that mean? And I'm still finding out. But anyway, and she's like, but you're in the middle of the whirlwind, just like in total peace, just like sitting there in total peace. Like she made kind of like the meditation pose, and she's like, you're just in the middle of the whirlwind, like in complete peace. And I'm like, So the point is though, remember to like pay attention to your non-negotiables during the day. And this segues right into the third card that was, fourth, anyway, the other deck, the third card of the other deck. It said reassess. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what bring you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some life cleanup. And that also has to do with this. Pay attention to what your daily non-negotiables are that you just find you really love, and that really serve you. Write them down. Oh, and then the last card that was pulled was Justified, paid in full. So whatever you've been like dreaming toward or manifesting or believing into, whatever you want to call it, like remember to enter into that awareness that it really is so, and it's really going to come in the perfect divine timing, and that you don't have to be nervous about it coming too soon or too late. You can just like rest and enjoy, like genuinely enjoy the every moment, knowing that the story ends with you getting your dreams. Girl, put your record on. Tell me your favorite song. Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, lay your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. So your life really ends with you getting your dreams. And so you get to just enjoy the moments that are here now. Like, just know that your divine team is bringing it all in. And enjoy this season while it's here, because it will be gone. And even if you don't think that this season is the most ideal, or even if you feel like this season is like really missing something, one thing I've learned about the seasons is that every single one I look back, okay, not every single one, not the freaking tower one, but a lot of seasons where I would have told you, like, you know, there was something big missing, like I don't have enough money, like that's stressful, I don't like it, you know, it's doesn't feel like provision, or you know, or like the love of my life that I thought I was going to be with forever is like not here anymore. Like I'm heartbroken. Like this does not feel like the loving creator God that I thought was on my side. So anyway, all of those seasons I look back on and I see beautiful things about them. So anyway, just reminding you, like there are beautiful things in this season right here, right now, even if you don't have a partner, even if you just came out of the wreckage and you're rebuilding, or no matter what it is, there will come a time where you'll look back on this season and be like, wow, that really was like whatever. That really was like beautiful, or that really was like a time where I got to learn about this principle that ended up paying me for the rest of my life. And, you know, like I appreciate that season now, things like that. So you get to enjoy this, like just enjoy the ride. Like you're on a roller coaster or a train, or maybe not. By the way, when I said roller coaster, I was thinking more like, you know, like when you go through the zoo and they have like that chill little cart, I guess it's like a little train or whatever. More like that kind of train or roller coaster, which it's not a roller coaster, but you know, something like chill vibe. You just get to sit on there and like enjoy the scenery. Don't take the bait, you know. If the little train thing like breaks down, know that there's a team for that, you know. They're coming in. You have backup. Man, this revelation was snatched from me. By the way, I have a whole series on you have backup. And then it's crazy how life can happen. And when I came back upon that series, it's like I read it like and was just like, wow, this chick. If only she knew what was coming, kind of thing, you know, like ignorant. the whole like paradigm shifted in terms of like how to explain this whole thing. And that's another qualm with religion. Religion, just like narcissism, is this binary, like right, wrong, good, evil, when it's like that is not even the freaking point of the game. Wow. I'm just now remembering, Miles, if you ever hear this, do you remember Miles? That time, I literally had just gotten out of the shower. We're at his parents' house. I just gotten out of the shower, and he just all of a sudden was like, he's like, I had a vision about you. Oh, I hope I can remember it clearly. Help me, Spirit. So he said, I had a vision about you while you were in the shower. And what was wild about that is the water is always like one of my greatest activators. No wonder he and I felt familiar. He has to be one of my soul tribe fam. Okay, so he's like, I had a vision about you. And he was like, the vision was, there were these two opposing teams fighting each other, like in a war, like on horseback. And like battling about, principles. And then he was like, and then you rode in on a different color horse. Maybe it was like, I don't know. I can't remember. So don't judge me if I'm remembering it wrong, or don't take it all as symbolism. But like, it was kind of like if, they had brown horses and they were fighting the guys with the black horses. And then I rode in on the white horse and was like, you guys are fighting about the wrong thing. Like, this war is over the wrong topic. Like, you're fighting the wrong battle. And that is epically what, when he told me that vision, I was like, I was like, yeah, that totally sounds like me. I've always been really passionate about justice. But I didn't know yet what that meant fully. And I probably still don't know fully. There will probably be a lot more ways that comes up to turn out to be relevant. But anyway, let's all quantum intercede right now for that friend, Miles. Because he truly has like a divine purpose here, for sure. Because he even freaking had an NDE as a child. He like saw himself. He went to heaven. He had the whole 9. And then his vessel battles like substance dependency. And so anyway, let's all quantum intercede on his behalf right now, and agree that his divine identity would like activate and rule over whatever limitations that this realm has boxed him in with, let it be so. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this here. Enjoy this level up. Congrats on the new book. Congrats on all the healing, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Be blessed, be well, be free.